guys, and welcome to the Paper Pad. I am so happy to have you back. I'm so happy to be back after a couple month break that I had to take because I am in the middle of a move. But I am back with a summer themed snail mail for you. This mail is going to Alex in response to that wonderful mail I showed you at the beginning of the video. Now, I was trying something new for this flipbook style that I hadn't done before, so I started with double-siding this blue and green paper, and I'm just going to fold one of the edges over maybe about an inch. I didn't measure, as you can tell, but it was just kind of eyeballing it. This mail was so simple that I didn't really measure anything for it, and I really love the way it turned out. So I'm going to start by folding that and then use my bone folder to make sure that I have a nice crisp fold on the edge. And then I'm going to fold it again to make the body of the flipbook. So the blue strip that you are still seeing, I'm going to cut off because I don't want the whole thing to be that thick. So that's just going to be waste and get cut off. Happy Saturday, everyone. I hope you are enjoying your morning. I apologize if I have a little bit of a morning voice because it's not super early, but I kind of slept in and I've not done a whole lot of talking today. So if it's a little rough, then that's why. So now I am just going to chop the top of the flipbook down, that way it is smaller. And one of the reasons why I don't really need to measure for this is because I make my own envelopes. So if you're using a store-bought envelope, then obviously you're going to need to make something that fits in it. But because I have an envelope punch board and I make my own envelopes, I can make my envelope the size of my mail instead of my mail the size of my envelope. So now I'm going to take these other summer colored pieces, and they actually have patterns on them, but you can't really see, the camera didn't really pick it up. They do have white patterns, and I'm going to make a couple pockets on that left flap for goodies. And the pockets are going to be layered, so it's kind of similar to a loaded card. The easiest way to make a pocket for one of these snail mails is to fold 3 of the sides in. So since I'm trying to fit this to a certain area, I have to make sure that I'm folding them in enough so it's going to match and not be too big or too small, and I'll be able to get all of them the same size. But it's actually really simple. You're going to fold 2 of the sides in and then the bottom up, and then you're going to cut off a little bit. So right now I'm measuring this so that when I fold the sides in, they're going to be even layer fold in. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but you'll see it in a minute, and it's actually incredibly simple. So the bottom gets folded up, and then you're going to cut off the squares, which you'll easily see them because of the creases, and you just cut that part off, that way it doesn't get too bulky, that way you don't have too many stacks of layered paper. Since you don't need that, it's easiest to cut it off, that way it's going to keep the whole pocket flatter. So to make this second pocket, I'm going to trace out how large the first pink pocket is, and then add extra for the flaps. That way I will have something to fold in and keep it the same size. It's a very similar concept to hemming. And for this last pocket, I'm gonna hold it up to the first two and mark where the overlap is with the bone folder and crease that so I can just easily fold the sides in, and I know it's going to be the same side. And since this is going to be the bottom pocket, it doesn't matter how short it is, so I can just eyeball folding the bottom up. So for a little life update, I am now officially moved out of my old home, but we're currently in a rental house until our new house is built because we bought a construction, and so I will be getting into that one soon. This rental isn't ideal for filming, so I've kind of delayed it because it would be hard. But I've decided that I'm just going to do it even though it's hard, even though the lighting might not be great and it might be hard to find, quiet moments since the house is kind of small to do a voiceover, but I'm doing it anyways. Now I'm just going to glue these pockets down in order. But I am extremely excited to get into my new house and my new room. I think I'll have some excellent craft storage, and I've also been able to join a rock climbing gym, which is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but we never had one in my old area. And now we do, and so I've been twice, and my hands are all torn and blistered from hanging onto rocks, and I love it. It's so much fun, and I'm really excited to be able to do that here. Before I glue the bottom pocket on, I am going to take this swirly cutter and cut a little swirl into it, and then I'm going to decorate the pink one behind it to give a little bit more of a layered, detailed effect. So I'm just going to take this magazine page. I think it's actually a page from an old book that we didn't want anymore, but I thought it was really pretty and the colors matched the mail a lot, and of course it's a very summer looking page. I ended up using this a lot, both to decorate this little section and to make some other goodies to stick in the pockets. So now that all the pockets are in, I have to make sure that my crease is still nice and sharp. I ended up placing them a little bit too close to the middle. So if you are going to recreate this, I recommend you be very mindful of not putting your pockets too close to that line, or else it will have trouble shutting, but it ended up working out well. Now it's time to come up with a bunch of goodies to send and fill in those pockets. So I have some different ephemera bits and stickers that I want to send, and then I'm also going to make a sort of bookmark out of this page and a mail tag to write a currently on the back. If you don't know what a currently is, it's essentially just I'm currently doing this, reading this, drinking this sort of tea, watching this TV show, and they're really fun to catch up with friends and pen pals. This is me trying to figure out how I'm going to get this long strip of a book page into this mail without it hanging out over the top too much, and I kind of struggle with this for a little bit. I have to tear off the magazine page a couple times, then tear off the white cardboard backing and shorten that. I love filling the mail with goodies. I think it's my favorite part, but I do know that sometimes I struggle with not wanting to do the same thing over and over and wanting to find new ideas. So if you are struggling with trying to figure out what to send to a pen pal, I have a video linked in the description box below where I go over the 10 classic items that you would see in a pen pal mail here on YouTube, and then 10 new ideas that I've not really seen done before or are really rare. So if you want some classic ideas and some new ideas, that video is linked in the description box below. So lastly, for my tag, I cut off a bit of white cardboard in the shape of a tag, and now I'm going to glue this scrap onto it and then cut off the overhang so you can see the shape. Now I have a general idea of what I want to fill the pockets with, so I'm going to work on my cover page. Normally my go-to for decorating cover is to add some sort of white cardstock or other neutral colored cardstock, that way I can write my pen pal's name on it so it's more personalized. This mail and the one before it ended up having really similar covers, just because it's kind of like my fail-safe. So although I would like to do some more creative things, this one ended up being really similar to the last cover, which was my Easter themed mail, and that mail is on my Instagram because I couldn't end up uploading my Easter video that I made. There were a lot of technicalities there, so if you want to see the Easter mail, go check out my Instagram. It's the_paper_pad. Time to load the pockets. I'm going to start off with this pineapple. I was about to say watermelon. The pineapple die cut is actually on watercolor paper, and then I have this postcard. Well, it's not a postcard, but it's like a journaling card that I embellished with a wax seal. The butterfly scraps, these are tags that I've made last year for summer theme that I want to use up, that way I can make new ones for this year. I've got some stickers, which are like journaling themed stickers, and all sorts of wonderful little goodies. This is a little DIY embellishment. I love making these and I love using them, and they make the ideal pen pal gift. So I'm just going to double side that and stick it down so it works as an embellishment for this mail now, but my pen pal can also peel it off and use it on a journaling page or a mail that she might send. And of course I'm going to struggle again with the size of this bookmark and have to fiddle around with it for a little bit and figure out how I want to make it fit. Apparently I decided to set that aside and deal with it later, and I'm going to move on to the stickers I have. So this is the packaging that some stickers came in that I've kept, and I'm going to peel the cardboard out and use this plastic bag to store the stickers that I'm going to be sending to my pen pal. So because you have the top part that's punched out so that it can hang on a rack, I had to fold it up and tape, that way no stickers fall out of that pocket, but I can still use the bottom part that has the sticky stuff on it that you can open up and close to get the stickers in. So now I'm going to tape it down with a piece on the top, and then I'm going to flip it up and tape the bottom, and that keeps it from coming off. It's a lot more sturdy, and now it flips up and down, which is fun. I really wanted to use the clear bag on that section of the flip book because I really love the blue paper, and I specifically think that my pen pal is really going to like that inside blue paper, so I didn't want to cover it all up. Now here I am with the bookmark again. I've decided just to chop off a little bit of the bottom. I ended up liking the palm trees better than the little people at the bottom, so I kind of cut off the legs of that first person because I wanted to keep the palm trees. Now I'm going to decorate this little mini flap. I thought it was so fun, and I love the way it came out. This is a pressed flower that I have from a couple months ago that I never ended up using, so I love using pressed flowers in my mails as decoration or as goodies. I also want to add a bit of this page. This is watercolor paper, but it has the gold foil hearts on it, and it also has some areas with resistance so that your colors are going to be ombreed whenever you paint it. My pen pal really likes painting, so I don't know how much, well, she actually uses watercolors a lot too, so I hope she'll really enjoy using this little bit of fun watercolor paper. Now it's time to go back to the front and add all the details in my pen pal's name. On the inside, I'm going to write Hello Summer on that bottom pocket, and then on the right flap, I'm going to write Girls Just Want to Have Sun to complete the summer theme. I thought that it was, oh, such a beautiful, happy, colorful summer mail. Thanks so much for watching till the end. I will have a final flip through, including all the goodies, and I add the letter to it off camera as well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my channel and all my other videos. I have 2 recommended for you in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to check out my Instagram, leave a like for the video and a comment because comments help the video go farther and all of that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. This is Hannah signing off.